Welcome to K-Drama School, everybody. Hello. I'm your host, Grace Jung. Hello. Hi. Hey, how are ya? You guys, this is the 130th episode of K-Drama School. And I know that last week I was like, hey, do I want to keep doing this podcast? I don't feel like watching TV anymore. Yada, yada, yada. Have I changed my mind? I've changed my mind about a few things. First of all, I'm still consistent in the feeling that I am not able to binge watch television shows anymore. Like, even this past week, I was trying to watch movies and I couldn't finish them. Like, my attention span and my interest in other people's storytelling at the moment is just at a full stop, if not like very much depleted. However, I will be continuing K-Drama School every single Monday. Yes, applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. And here's why. When I put out the Spotify voting list or just a questionnaire saying like, please vote, should I continue to do this every Monday? Or should I just, upload sporadically every once in a while whenever I just want to talk about Korean dramas? Immediately, 2 people voted that I should only do the podcast sporadically to only talk about K-dramas. Now, that annoyed the shit out of me, okay? I was like, wait a minute. I feel super offended right now. Like, hello? Hey, this isn't just K-drama school about Korean TV dramas. No, this is also about Grace Jung's dramas. Hello, this is my life. This is my podcast. Yes? And I was just shocked to see these votes come in where they were like, nah, we don't want to hear your voice. We don't want to hear you talk about your stupid fucking life. Fuck you. No. Only talk about Korean TV dramas. That's the only reason why I'm here to listen to you. You are not enough. That message, I was just like, I'm not down with that. I mean, I just felt incensed, right? But I was like, okay, I mean, I'm the one that like put out this thing. But then I got an email, and I will read this email to you, okay? This email comes to me from Minnie, and they say, hi, Grace. Recently discovered your podcast. So insightful. Whatever you discuss, I'd love to listen. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Minnie. Thank you for your kind words of encouragement, for telling me that anything I talk about is insightful and entertaining for you. Thank you so much. I feel so seen. I feel so recognized and acknowledged. Yes, I found healing from those 2 votes that were like, no, only do this shit sporadically. Hey, listen up. I know I started this podcast when I was only talking about Korean dramas. I know. But listen, I am changing. If I'm changing, everything that I do is going to change too. My podcast is going to change, all right? And I'm not going to talk about K-dramas every single fucking week. No. You know what? Some weeks I'm not going to talk about K-dramas. Hey, maybe this will even come to a point where I don't talk about any Korean TV shows at all. Oh my God. Imagine that. Imagine the radicality of that shit. Yeah, let that sink in, huh? What if I do that, huh? You don't know. I'm crazy. I'm wild. Shout out to Minnie. Thank you so much. You are the true, real MVP. You are in my heart. And I dedicate this episode to you, my dear Minnie, all right? And I also thank the other person who voted, yes, please continue to do this every Monday. Thank you, too. I don't know who you are, but thank you, too. This episode also goes out to you. So it was technically 2-2. So that's like 50-50, yeah? We're at a stalemate. However, listen to this shit. Yesterday, I met up with a former K-drama school guest, Teruko Nakajima, very talented comedian, very, very talented actress, very talented clown, very, very talented performer whose one-woman show Made in America is touring all over and going to, make her debut at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, which is huge honor. And Teruko and I had a very long and deep and enriched discussion yesterday over lunch at Gracias Madre in West Hollywood, which is a wonderful vegan Mexican restaurant. I mean, it's crazy expensive, but their food is spectacular. And Teruko said to me that she votes for me to continue to do my podcast every Monday. And that pushes the vote over to 3-2. So, I mean, honestly, like, even if there were 0 votes, like, because those votes that said, like, I should only do this shit sporadically came in so fast and I was so offended that I had already decided, like, I had already made up my mind to just be like, no, fuck this shit. And I was gonna just, go with the minority voice, which was just my voice at the time, and just continue to do this shit every Monday. But you know what? Teruko made this democratic. Yeah. So majority wins. Yeah? Majority vote wins. I am going to do this every Monday because that is my commitment. And also because doing this does kind of keep me grounded. Yeah, it kind of does. And also doing this is kind of fun. Yeah. Like, I mean, do I kind of wait till the very last minute to upload this? Yeah, I do. I mean, like, I don't know. Does it kind of feel like homework? Yeah, it does. It does. Look at me today. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see, like, Grace has amazing skin. I know. But this is my real skin. I am not wearing any makeup today. Yeah. I am au naturel today. Fully bare skin. All right. I'm wearing a sports bra. I'm wearing a tank top. My hair is a mess. I don't care. Yeah, you know why? I'll tell you why. It's because today, as of today, I have met my weight loss goal. Clap it up. Clap it up for that shit. I have met my weight loss goal. It took me 10 months, but here I am. And when I weighed myself this morning and I saw that I had reached my goal, did I feel elated? Did I feel ecstatic? Did I pop champagne? No, I didn't do any of those things. I think I just did yoga. Yeah. So look, I have a hard time celebrating myself, but so you guys, hey, celebrate with me. How are we gonna celebrate my weight loss goal meeting today? How are we gonna celebrate it? How are you going to celebrate my weight loss goal? The fact that I met my weight loss goal. How are we gonna meet? How are we gonna celebrate that? I suggest, or I encourage you to today go and have a piece of cake, or have a beer, or have champagne, or eat pizza, or cuddle a puppy. I don't care. Do something that makes you happy in honor of me losing like 39 pounds. All right. Yeah, that's what I lost 39 pounds. All right. And that was my weight loss goal. I wanted to lose 39 pounds. But, like saying, I lost 39 pounds, like that feels weird. I might as well just say I lost 40 pounds, right? But no, that's just not the truth. And I just can't lie. I cannot tell a lie. So I lost 39 pounds, and that is where I'm at. And if I'm being very honest with you, this was not the hardest thing I've ever done. It's weird like that. Yeah, it's just as weird as like me just suddenly, after never thinking I could ever quit binge watching TV. I never thought that could ever happen, but it suddenly just happened. And it's the same with my weight loss. Like in the beginning, was it hard? Yeah, like I decided to go on my weight loss journey last year in August, right after smoking DMT. And I was just, like very casual about it. And my decision around why I wanted to lose weight was very, very different from the past. Because in the past, since I was like a teenager, I've suffered from an eating disorder. Like I was an anorexic, and I would over-exercise. And it would be to the point where like I was so skinny and there was no fat in my body, so I would stop having periods. But this time, right? Like this time when I was losing weight, it wasn't for any other reason except one, which is just I wanted to feel good in my body. So this was like part of me choosing to feel autonomy in my body again, feel like I'm in control of my body again, feel good in my body again, and just not be in so much physical pain anymore. Like, I'm not kidding if I tell you that standing up from the couch every single time was super painful. Or like just bending down and getting up, like that would be super painful for me. All my joints were inflamed, my back was inflamed, and that doesn't mean that I don't still have physical pain. I constantly have shoulder, upper back, and neck pain all the time, which also contributes to my migraines. And I have all sorts of other health issues, but like for the most part, my body's way more healthy and feels way less painful than it was last year. So I feel good. I feel good. And I think after like the first maybe 4 months of doing the whole reducing certain foods and exercising regularly, like even if it was just 10 minutes for that day, because some days you're just exhausted. Some days, like, I really literally don't have the capacity to do any exercise. I would literally do yoga for 5 minutes and then walk for 10 minutes. And I'll be like, that is enough for today, and I would just be like, I can't lie to myself, right? Like, I'm not the happiest with that, but I would insist that 5 minutes of yoga and 10 minutes of walking was what I could do. And that was enough. And I would just move on with my day after that. But, look, I lost 39 pounds, and after the first 4 months, it got super easy. So if any of you want to lose weight, I'm not saying everybody has to lose weight. I think this is just a complete and utter personal choice. There are some people who are just totally fine with how they are in their bodies, and that's great. I was not. My weight gain was associated with a lot of physical violation that I experienced since childhood. So I was putting on weight to protect myself from that. But of course, that wasn't protecting me. It was making me feel worse about myself. So that's why I shed the weight. And I do feel a lot better. I am way happier with my body image now. I'm way happier with the way I feel physically nowadays. And my mental space is also a lot clearer. Like the brain fog that I used to have constantly, like I'm telling you, when I had brain fog every single day, that's not a lie. I had brain fog at least some of the time every single day, and I don't feel that anymore. So yeah, I'm a lot happier. So yeah, celebrate me, dude. That's all I'm saying. What else? You guys, if you are watching a K-drama right now, and like it doesn't have to be a show that I know of, all right? If there's a specific question, right? Like let's say you saw something weird, or let's say somebody used a certain phrase or sentence and you need context. Or if there's just just something that's off that you'd like me to talk about, please email me at kdramaschool@gmail.com. I will read your email, and if it's something that I could answer, I will answer it here on this podcast. How's that? That will be the amount of K-drama that I talk about per episode, huh? And if there are some episodes where I can't talk about any K-dramas, I'll still talk about something Korean. Or how about this? I'm Korean. I mean, I'm Korean American, but like I was born in Korea, okay? So this is very Korean what you're getting, okay? This is very Korean shit, yeah? And I always have drama in my life. Oh, let me tell you this. This is some fucked up shit. Okay. So, on Tuesday, I was on Melrose in West Hollywood, and I was crossing the street when this huge Range Rover, right? Okay, so this is what's happening. I'm crossing the street. This Range Rover is on the left lane, all right? There's a car on the right lane, and then there's a left lane, but the Range Rover is on the left lane. On this left lane, this Range Rover was trying to make a right turn on a red from a left lane. It is like beyond illegal, okay? First of all, who the fuck makes a right turn on red from a left lane? You're not supposed to do that. Only right lane people can do that. Also, doing a right turn on red while a pedestrian is crossing the street is very, very, very illegal in Los Angeles. I know this because I've done it, and people have punched my cars, and then my friends have told me if you do that, you will get a huge fine because pedestrian laws in Los Angeles are very, very important. So, I'm crossing the street, and while this Range Rover with two young white dudes, while this Range Rover is making a right turn from a left lane, it almost hits my body. This SUV almost runs me down. Of course, I flip a shit. Like my lid was fully open and I was in the middle of the street screaming and cursing at these two motherfuckers, right? Okay, now, was my indignation absolutely valid and righteous? Yeah, it was. Do I like flipping a lid and making a fucking public scene? No, I do not. I do not like to get angry. Nobody likes to get angry. And there I am yelling at this guy. And you know what he does? Yeah, he honks his horn and curses me off. Oh, that's how you know you're in LA. In LA drivers are literally the shittiest drivers on earth. I think after Texas, California has the shittiest drivers in the United States of America. That's my opinion, and I'm stating it as a fact, all right? I know this because when I was driving from New York to California, I saw many, many license plates, and the worst the worst drivers had Texas license plates and California license plates. Those two states have the worst drivers, okay? So this fucking guy screaming at me, even though he's the one that made the mistake, even though he's the one that almost killed me, even though he's broken 2 laws, that makes me even more angry, right? And I mean, it's like pushing me over the edge. I'm like about to go like off the deep end. But then comes a sedan. Like a sedan pulls up on the right lane, a black sedan, and there's a guy in the passenger seat. And he's like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. And he's holding a joint and holding it out the window. And he's like, can you please take a puff of this weed? And I was just like, no, I'm good. And then I just walked away because I had to go to the comedy club. Now, in the moment, right? Like, of course, I'm all shook up. I'm raging, right? I'm also confused by this weird clown-ass stranger, like, fucking clowning me. But after several hours passed and I was able to get my shit together and, you know, my nervous system was calm again, I realized that that dude in that car offering me the joint, he was actually an angel. Yeah. He was disrupting and interrupting my rage flow when I needed it the most. Yeah. I needed somebody to just like interrupt it because otherwise I would have been locked in because I was already locked in, right? Like, you know, when you see like predators, you know, out in the wild and they lock into one prey and they're after it like life or death. Like, I mean, they will chase it to the death. It was like that. And I was like, at first I was like annoyed by this dude, but then later I was just like, I'm actually very grateful to him. Yeah, whoever he is. And then I made another mistake. That guy who was like, excuse me, like offering me the joint, that guy, he looked exactly like another comedian I know. Like that comedian, his name's Mike. He and I are not friends, but like we've done a show together. He follows me on Instagram. And he looked exactly like him. So I thought it was him, right? I was like, oh, maybe he was leaving the comedy club and he saw me and now he's just clowning my ass. So I DM'd him on Instagram, right? I was like, yeah, very funny, Mike. You know, like I almost got hit by a car. I almost got killed by a car. And like, you're like offering me a joint on the street. I sent him an emoji middle finger. And then like an hour later, he's like, haha, wait, what? And then I look at his profile photo and I realize, oh, it wasn't Mike. Oh, shit. Yeah. I falsely accused Michael of doing this to me when it wasn't him. Yeah, can you believe that shit? I swear to God, they looked identical. But the reason why I knew it wasn't Mike is because that guy in the car, he had long hair. He had like Jesus hair. You know, he looked like Mike, but with Jesus hair. But Mike, the one I know in real life, he does not have long hair. So that's how I knew that it wasn't him. And I was like, oh my God, Mike, I'm so sorry. Like, that wasn't you. And I mistook you for somebody else. And I apologize. It's so embarrassing. I'm an ass. And he was like, no, it's okay. Like, fuck that guy. I'm glad you're okay. And then I felt worse, right? But I was also like super grateful to him and comforted by his kind words. And I was like, you're so nice. Like, please, next time I see you, let me buy you a drink for, you know, causing you any trouble. And, you know, he was really sweet about it. He's like, no, it's all right. Like, don't worry about it. But yeah, you see, like, this is what happens. This is what happens when people act like assholes and then I react to those assholes and then I go and try and be an asshole to other people for, you know, like the reactionary shit, right? Like, I can't. I have had enough, okay? But here's why this rage, me flipping out on the street was somewhat cathartic. There's a reason, okay? So last week, I had to take care of, not last week, what the fuck am I talking about? This past week, Jesus. This past week, I had to take care of 2 rescue dogs for a friend. This was like a last minute favor, and I had to do it for him. And it was in downtown LA. Like the parking structure was separate from the building and like right next to Skid Row. And I had to walk through like horrible streets. And it was the most like stressful experience I've had in the past year, if I'm being honest. It was super stressful. Like it took a lot of energy out of me. And this was also like happening at like simultaneously to when I got my edits back from my editor. And that's like a whole nother stressful thing. And so like it was piling on, and my back was just in so much agony because I was dealing with other people's burdens that I just did not want to be carrying. And on top of that, like I was just getting requests for favors from friends that I just did not want to fulfill. And my head was all triggered and helicoptering with like dialogue, just engaging in, defensive dialogue with fake people in my head, like for days and days and days, and it would not turn off. I'm telling you, this was going on for hours and hours, majority of my day. It's a nightmare. Like, truly. I was literally like, at some point, I was like, please stop. I was like begging my brain to stop out loud. I was like, please stop. This sucks. I am so tired right now. I have so much fatigue right now. Like, please stop. And it wouldn't stop. And so I'm like miserable. Oh my God. And my insomnia was really bad. So I wasn't sleeping right. And meanwhile, dogs are barking in the middle of the night. It was fucking the worst. But then, like, out of nowhere, while I was meditating and, tapping and trying to get my nervous system to calm down, I realized something. This was a huge enlightening moment. I realized the reason why I have all this negative dialogue going on in my head right now with a defensive voice is because I finally have self-worth. Oh my God. Yeah. Yes. This thing that I did not have for like all of my life. Maybe I had it a little bit when I was like a toddler, but then it was like, stripped of me at age 4 when I started getting abused. But oh my gosh, it just hit me like right in my solar plexus. I have self-worth. That's why this dialogue is going on in my head. It's telling me to protect myself. And I was like, oh my God, I understand now. I see the message. I get it. Thank you. And that's when all the dialogue, the defensive, angry talk, all calmed down. Isn't that crazy? So you guys, the next time you get angry when somebody's pushing your buttons or violating your boundaries or trying to take advantage of you or trying to exploit you, okay, like without paying you, right? Like asking for favors without paying you or asking for favors without like appreciating you or respecting you or compensating you in some way, okay? Somebody who disrespects your skills, your knowledge, your talent, your time. If and when that happens and you find yourself not fawning and being like, oh yeah, of course, yeah, I'll do anything. If you find yourself not doing that, but doing the opposite, being like, this is pissing me off. This is actually really upsetting. Like, this doesn't feel okay with me. If you feel that, please know that means you have self-worth, man. Oh, yeah, that means you care about yourself, dude. Yes. And that is celebration worthy. Yeah, so go have cake. Go have cake and chocolate and champagne. I don't know how the fuck people celebrate. How do they celebrate? All I can think of is like cake, chocolate, and champagne. Yeah. Do something nice for yourself. That means you have self-worth. Isn't that lovely? This thing, like, I've been asking from myself for like years, like I'm telling you, like, I did so many unpaid internships. I've done so many unpaid internships when the first internship I ever had was a paid internship. Can you fucking believe that shit? The first internship I ever got in my life was a paid internship at a theater production company. But even after that work experience and all the work experience I've had thereafter, I continue to do unpaid internships into my late 20s. How fucking sad is that? And the only reason why I did that is because I did not have any self-worth, you guys. Thank God that I have self-worth now. Doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that feel good? I guess that's all I really wanted to say to you. I'm just saying, like, I feel really empowered these days because I lost weight and I have self-worth and I'm feeling pretty good about the whole thing. So that's my update, you guys. And I guess my other update is I am currently watching one K-drama series. Okay, I'm watching two K-drama series, but I'm like digesting them very, very slowly. I don't know when I'll finish them. I don't know if I'll ever finish them. Who knows? Hey, this fucking wild ass card here. This is the Joker card. You don't know what you're gonna get, baby. You don't know what you're gonna get. I'm never gonna fucking tell you. No, this is an Easter egg hunt. This is a Kinder egg. You don't know what kind of prize is inside. Just wait. You just wait.